Taking advantage of finally reaching far north Queensland, we decided to take a long weekend and explore after a big week of work. First stop, Lakeland. We set up camp for the night in this random quarry, and then we treated to a beautiful sunrise as we ate some brekkie before hitting the road again. Saying goodbye to the somewhat creepy quarry, we packed up and started heading to Laura, for obvious reasons. Then we took Endeavour Battlecamp Road through to Elim Beach to go to Cooktown after that, and finally used the Bloomfield track to go to Cape Trip. After checking out Laura, we stopped quickly to look at these cool flowers and get in fights with some ants. And then we hit Battlecamp Road.
This weekend, we are out at Lakefield National Park and we're going to see Isabella Falls before we then head over to Cooktown eventually via Elim Beach. Right now, however, we are in Old Laura Town, near the homestead.
With all things Laura seeming quite sturdy and resilient, our Laura decided to put her gumboots to the test.
Decided to cross the river and she reckons her gumboots would be alright. What do you guys reckon? I think she might be a bit in over her ankles. A bit more than she bargained for.
Since my feet were wet anyway, we stopped in at the beautiful Isabella Falls for a quick dip.
We've just arrived at the beautiful Elim Beach camping area. It's stunning. Behind me you can see the coloured sands. There's the Coloured Sands Gorge that we're about to go and check out, and then drive a little bit further up the beach to the designated kite surfing area. This section is not permitted for kite surfing because it has been asked by the traditional owners of the land to not kite surf here. So we're going to go and check that out.
from our campground, Eddie's campground, somewhere back there. We've driven up, haven't had to let the tyres down. Always amazing with beach driving. Parked up, and now we're going to go check out the coloured sand gorges. We've heard amazing things about them. There's a traditional story associated with them we read in the pamphlet as well. So going to be very special to check them out.
So you can see here what looks like rock is actually layers and layers of this sand. It just comes away. But it's incredible because those layers are still there.
Rock. That's rock.
So we've made it to the top and the view's pretty good. Elim Beach behind us. The hike is well worth it, even though you're fighting up this sand, which is pretty intense. It's stunning. Now Laura's going to do a backflip off.
I don't love heights.
She's having a bit of a meltdown right now.
It's not a meltdown, I'm just gathering myself. You get very high up very quickly, but it's definitely worth it. We're not even at the very top, so this is good.
This is much more fun than climbing up it.
You can keep climbing if you want. Very cold. Sand Barbie. So we just had quite the debate over whether to cross a hairy looking part of the beach where there was a rock jutting out into the water. But Tom was pretty sure about it and went and scoped it out, and the water wasn't actually that deep. And here we are, we made it, so it's okay. Lesson learned. Don't be too stressed, but be a little stressed.
So we've made our way up the beach, and I'm pretty excited because it's about 25-30 knots right now, and that's perfect for kite surfing. Maybe even a little scary, but it's going to be a fun session. That guy's having a blast. I'm going to get out there and do the same. So unfortunately, we've just been aggressively notified by the guy who leases this section of the beach from the traditional owners of the land that we are not permitted to kite here because he then is liable for us, which is conflicting to the story that we were told from the owner of the Caravan park. But he was quite irate when he approached us, so we explained that it was a simple misunderstanding. Initially he didn't seem to care, but then he showed us around. It's a beautiful spot. Just a bit shaken by how angry he was, and now we're going to go back to the campsite. With a reduced risk of shark or croc attack, we had to find some other trouble. Unfortunately for these guys, this Nissan got a bit wet and set off almost all the airbags, leaving the remaining few a ticking time bomb. Given the spontaneous nature of this adventure and that we were a fully loaded touring rig, I did not feel like getting bogged in the sand, much to Laura's disapproval, so we opted to stick to the beach.
Beautiful afternoon. We're driving around. Laura's loving it. I'm like, Laura, we can't stay here forever. As much as you really want to, absolutely we can't. So I'm sorry. So we're now driving back and gonna be chilling out by the beach.
Maybe go for a fish.
Go for a fish, and then that's it. Fish, have some drinks, sit by the water.
The next morning we crawled out of our swag under beautiful gum trees, had a quick breakfast, a little stroll, and then headed for Cooktown. How good's this? Behind me you can see the Bay of Cooktown. It's beautiful, stunning scenery, mountains. We've just drifted in down the coast from Elim Beach and we're about to go and check out the main town of Cooktown and then have a feed. This striking geological formation near Cooktown is known for its massive black granite boulders, but how did it come to be? Over 250 million years ago, deep beneath the Earth's surface, magma rose but didn't erupt. Gradually, the magma cooled and solidified into granite. This hard, dense rock remained buried for millions of years beneath the layers of softer earth. Over time, wind and water erosion surfaced the granite. Once exposed, temperature changes and rain caused the granite to fracture, leaving behind the iconic Black Mountain. Inching closer to the Bloomfield track, we had a quick pit stop at the Lion's Den Hotel. Stopping off at the Bloomfield River near Wudjal Falls, we could see the full impact of the 2023 floods caused by Cyclone Jasper.
I know the track looks fine now, and it looked fine to Tom at the time, but it seemed really slippery, hence these facial expressions.
pulling over for a little look at the beach. Let's go check it out. What's your advice, Laura?
I'm just telling Thomas, his name when he's in trouble, that we should stop ending all of our clips on "let's go check it out," because all of our face clips will be "let's go check it out."
Okay, cool. Ready? Let's introduce where we're at.
I have no idea where we are. Just finished checking out the beach. Whatever the beach's name is, we'll find out. And we're going to keep going on the track.
So we've just pulled over and Laura is terrified of heights. So she's having a great time as we climb up here. And then if I can stick it out the window for a second. It's quite a drop there down to the ocean.
Behind us is the rainforest. And here it's the reef. Very cool. Very bumpy filming these crossings.
Before returning home, we stopped in at Mason's swimming hole and would soon find out that this sign was wrong.
So we've just come back to camp at Wonga Beach, finishing our amazing weekend exploring Cook Shire, Cape Tribulation, Daintree area. So much to see in far north Queensland. We barely scratched the surface in a couple of days away, but still saw so many amazing, incredibly unique things. Definitely recommend it for anyone in the area. If you're not, go out of your way for it because it's definitely worth it. If you've made it to the end of this video, comment below and guess where we'll be taking you next.